Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you today about Angel Raguel. And in Raguel is one of the seven angels that God empowered to do his deeds and to make sure the laws are followed. Raguel is in a Judaism or Judaic tradition. He's considered one of the angels of justice. Okay, and he's also his title is God's friend. You know, so obviously God empowered him to go after people who causes harms to others. So I'm gonna tell you when you are in this program how these people harm you. They're harming you through witchcraft, through magic, wizardly, through any form of energies that causes havoc on a person. When the person is actually put in a ritual circle, or they do a ritual on that person, it could create a cord, that cord attached to your auric field and your astral body, and it causes you harm. When anybody they put into the ritual circle is not for the highest good, they are to harm you, and intentionally. So you call on angel of justice Raguel to give you justice against the enemy, give you justice against witches and wizards and warlock, and also give you justice against fallen, and also against the new world order governments, and against all the countries that participated in a legal human experimentation program done on target individuals. Okay, you do your prayer and you ask Archangel Raguel to restore order and give you justice against your enemy, whether through give you justice against jinn, demons, entities, any low vibrational entities, through anybody who participated in this program, and all the witches, wizards, and warlock. Okay, so you have to do a prayer that you're asking Raguel to bring in justice. Okay, God always all knowing, so God knows what's going on with you. God wants you to ask for help, which is fine. You can ask for help. When you get too much. I've been at this shit show for a long time, and I've been praying against my enemy. So I'm just trying to help you guys seek justice, even though these beings, entities, whatever they call them, they have no respect for you, for your well-being, for what you stand for. You know, they want to control you. They want to, you know, bind you, oppress you, cause you pain, and cause you also hurt, manipulate your emotions, manipulate your well-being, your health, basically overall, to to lower your standard of living, to cause you pretty much they have it out for you. Pretty much that's what they're doing. So the seven angels they are also in the tree of life. They're actually governing a certain part of the God's law, you know? Just look at the tree of life and angels governing what their trait is and what their job, what were they created to do, and what they're known for. So Raguel, and Raguel is his number is number 6, and his function is vengeance on a world of luminaries who have transcended in God's law. Okay, there is sins that can never be forgiven. I'll tell you what, sins that can never be forgiven are sacrificing a child, causing harm to others, um, also sacrificing child, hurting others, hurting animals, uh, oppression. What else? Oppression. What else? There's a few actually. You may have to look it up. I'm just kind of I'm drawing blank right now. Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. One of them is also speaking, using God's name in vain. Basically, you know, saying foul words with God's name in it. Those are sins are not often forgiven. God is forgiving. You know what I mean? He may, I don't know, but this is what I've actually looked up, and it says sins are not forgiven. So harming children, harming animals, the list goes on, and you don't have to worry about that. These people who use these animals to sacrifice for an entity or jinn or demons, whatever, to do your bidding for you. That animal that you sacrifice, that animal that they sacrificed for this false light, these people will be brought into high court of heaven for justice. Okay, so what I want you to do is look up Tree of Life and also the angels in charge and their duties within the Tree of Life. And you call those angels by the names, titles, and you ask them to aid you. You can also ask them to scan your body for any cords, negative cords, attachments, ill intent, rituals, magic. These people are very crafty, so I'm not really sure what they do, but I'm just reading online what they do, and it's not very great. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's wrong to harm an animal just so you could invoke harms toward others. That animal didn't have to die for your shitty deeds. You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, that's my opinion. Call on these angels and call on God and ask. There is I think Michael is a messenger, or Gabriel. I can't remember. But anyhow, you call the angels with their titles, what their traits, what they're created to do, and you ask them to do what they were created to do, whether to deliver a message to God or to the creator of all things, or bring on justice, or to remove lower vibration entities, or to undo what the animal have done, to restore your akashic records, or to basically undo everything that the enemy have done, because they're like, what they do is they know things and they're using it to cause harms to others, which is wrong by itself. Anyhow, I'm not God to judge, you know what I'm saying? But rest assured, anybody who caused me harm, I'm not going to forgive, because sins that you do not forgive are brought into the high court of heaven for God to judge. So I've said that before in the past. You cannot bribe God, and you cannot ask for favors to support you when you have done so many harms to others. God is justice, you know what I mean? He's not really gonna be persuaded or led by these people. You understand? So don't worry about them. Do not really um, think of ways to harm them or do things to them. Um, just all you think about is justice. But justice can only come down on the people responsible if you do not forgive it. Okay? You forgive it, it's done. You can't go ask for it. It's like settling outside of court. You can go back into court and say, oh, I have a second thought. We made a deal, but I don't want to go with this deal. No. Once you make the deal, it's done. You understand? Similar to also selling your soul. I've said that before to many people, to many target individuals, to many people in general. You cannot sell your soul. You cannot, because the soul is priceless. It's worth more than they're going to give you. Whatever they're going to give you, if they give you a blank check and they say, sell your soul for this, whatever amount you want to write on this check, you're going to come back short. Your soul is priceless. It could never be valued. There's no dollar amount you could put on your soul. You understand? When they tell you, when you die, you don't need your soul. Take the money now and live happily after, and live, the rest of your life, indulge in life, buy a house, buy a car, buy a luxury properties globally, and do all of the things. You know what I'm saying? And what they don't tell you that you are enslaved. Once you sell your soul, you are an enslaved being. God created us as a free-spirited beings. We are not meant to be oppressed. We're not meant to be controlled. We're not meant to be being a slave to the system. So once you sell your soul, they own you, and then whatever you do, they will go after you. Like, you know what I'm saying? You cannot say, because they own you. They're like, you look at the celebrities. Celebrities, they make all this dough, and they sell out, and then they're enslaved in this system forever. God giving you the free will and free choice to, God, you can sell your soul. You know what I'm saying? God is not going to object to that. But the outcome is greatly outweighs the good. Things is going to unfold in your life, and is not going to be good, and is going to your soul is not going to be evolving. When you die, you come to earth, you live your life, You learn, you expand, you mutate to something different. You go into a different world when you ascend to the heavenly, if you know, and and you go back what you've learned in this life, and that's how it goes. But then when you sell your soul doesn't get that choice to go to say, well, this is what I've learned, because your journey stops right there. You understand? Once you sell your soul, why they need your soul? I'm telling you. I'm going to tell you why they need your soul. Okay? And now it's going to help you make a better decision, a wise choice, I would say. But in the end, the choice is yours. Okay? When you sell your soul to these beings that governing this world, they are working for dark forces. And the dark forces are at war with the light of God, the light of the Creator. They are at war with God. And once your soul is taken from you, because you're sold, and these souls open demonic gateways, portals, bringing dark force into this world or to any other world or whatever. And because God closed all these demonic gateways for a reason. You know what I'm saying? But these people use these demonic portals to bring chaos, and the world become unbalanced. There's no harmony and stuff like that. You know, these demons need to be at their bay, whatever they do, at their underworld, whatever, and they should not be mixing with humans. You understand? Because once they mix with humans, are creating chaos. They're creating harm than good. But also God doesn't stop that. Does not stop harms to happen to people. It would not stop it, because sometimes when harms happen to you, it removes sins from you. When horrible things happen to you in your life, and you feel like, oh, I'm so undeserving. Why this happened to me? And why me? Why me? Because God is removing sins. He allows harms to happen to you because He wants to remove sins from your scale. So you go to heaven, and your heart has to be lighter than the feather, you know, which is impossible, right? But it can be. Um, I've learned through this, even though I've been attacked, I've been harmed, I've gone through trial and tribulation and stuff like that. I feel like my heart in the right place, and that's something they could never take from you. You know what I'm saying? They attacked my heart, they attacked my organs, they did all the horrible things. God knows what you're made of. God knows what you are, what you're going to do, what you're about to do, and what you have done in the past and future present. You understand? All knowing. So God is also very calculated. He allows these things happen because He wants good things to happen to you in your life. And so He allows harms to happen to you sometimes. He allows for that. But sometimes it's also it angers God when people harm people intentionally like that, and they do not stop. They continue to, uh, you know, create havoc in your life and cause you torments, and they will not stop. You know what I'm saying? God hates that. I'm telling you, because uh, if you look it up in the Bible, Holy Quran, Torah, or any other holy books, God talks about oppression, talk about ill intentions, talk about magic, witchcraft. He talks really bad about these things. And what these people in this world are doing, they're not doing that. You understand? They're causing harms to other, and that's something that could never be forgiven. Okay. So anyhow, that's all she wrote. So look up Angel Raguel, and he's in charge of justice. Look at the other angels are within the tree of life, and they're what they were created to do, and call upon them. Either deliver a message to God, or asking God for justice, or um, you know, bringing havoc on against low vibration entity attachments, um, whatever you want to. I pray. You know, I usually start my prayer with "Thank you, God, you know, creator of all things, the one who created heaven and earth, the galaxies." I call upon the 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 divine name, that if I were to call you by that name, all my wishes are granted. And whatever that name may be, that your angel know, or your prophets, you taught your prophet or your angels. You started that prayer with thank you, and you do that, and then you, in the middle, you just say, it's best to write it down. Write down your prayer, a list of things that you want to pray for, and then in the end of the prayer, you say thank you, God, and you know, the creator of all of heaven, and whatever you said in the beginning, you say in the end. Okay. And then you end your prayer like that. And when you create these prayers, it's best to do like a remix. I do a remix of all the prayers that I think I wanted to manifest in my life, and I wanted to have impact on the enemy, or against these people that I don't even know who they are. But anyhow, and when you see numbers, are, you know, you start children where we see numbers, we see like double digits numbers, like for example 444, 333, 1111. 1111 number is a number of manifestation, where so all your prayer are answered. When you look at the clock and it says 1111, you play this, you know, once I record the prayer, and then I just press play at 11:11. Every time you see 11:11, that means the connection to God, the source of all creation, are open, and He's accepting prayers within that period of time. And it's 11:11 is your cue to ask for help, and that's what I've been doing. I've been doing this since 2015, and it's not gonna stop. Okay, so I'm just wanna guide you to help you actually win this battle against the dark forces, because the dark forces not gonna stop. They're not. They are. They kind of made their bed. You know, they can lay on it. But anyhow, they're not gonna change. You can't ask people to change when they're not willingly want to change. You understand? That's that's what I was taught in social work. But then I've learned when I became in this program, they try to force you, twist your arm. if you will, and make you do what you don't want to do. Pretty much like oppression 101, you know? And you can make somebody do anything if you are not giving them a fair trial. You have to go to court. You have to lose a case in order to say, okay, now you lost a case. Or now the judge is gonna, uh, you know, give his judgment on you. Either do community work, do 10 years, do, whatever the judgment is. But what's happening to us is unfair because we've never gone through a court system. You understand? They get all these people. Usually, they get people like within your neighborhood. You usually was in your apartment building. If you live in like an apart high rise, they will get your right and left neighbors, the one who lives in front of you in the back, and they're all working together against you. They're making you an enemy. They tell these people, oh, they're terrorists, they're mentally ill, da 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 da, da, and all these lies, and they will not listen to anything you say because they are programmed, they are the puppet, and they're making money. So money is the root of all evil because for that reason. Because money motivate people. But then, doesn't money motivate you to get up every day to go to work? Or you think because you love your job, you want to go to work? No, you love money. So, and these people don't get upset with them because they're making the money because they're spying on you or causing you harm using all this weaponry, or they say that they tell witches he's have done this and have done that, and then the witches attack you, or they will attack you during your sleep, or poison you. I was poisoned before. I went to the hospital 11 times. I was poisoned. They come into your house, they go to your fridge and spray something in your food, cause you your not it's not my stomach wasn't upset. My stomach was like in defense, trying to defend itself. But I didn't know that they had poisoned me. And anyhow, started drinking a lot of lemonade and like citrus, and to trying to detox my system. I went to Australia, like it was just doing shit to me. It made me like not what I used to, because I was a student, and I always wanted to. I didn't like spending money for going to restaurants or whatnot. Do it once in a blue moon because you're students. You're like poor, pretty much. You have to be on a budget. You cannot just spend money. So I used to buy grocery. And then when they poisoned me, I stopped buying grocery. I started eating outside. So that was expensive for me to go and eat every day in a restaurant. You understand? Anyhow, and they're not giving you a fair trial, which is also goes against God's teaching, God's laws, and but do not worry, the day is going to come, and I'm 100% sure. What I'm telling you, I'm 100% sure. I would not tell you if I didn't believe it, and I did not think this is what's going to happen. The day is going to come, they're going to come and beg you to forgive them. You understand? They're going to. Okay? And it's up to you guys want to forgive these people. For me, that the door, God has a door of mercy. God has a door of mercy. I have a door of forgiveness. My door of forgiveness is closed. Once they harm my mother, put her in a grave, they put my mom in a grave. You know, and cause they hurted my sisters, so my put my brother in a wheelchair. I don't think so. Not in a million years. But hey, to each his own. If you want to forgive, go ahead. Okay. I'm just kind of. I'm just want to tell you what I think, what my stance on the subject, and we all have free will. We started this. I have started this conversation with we all have free will. Angels are the only creation that were not given a choice. Like angels are to do what God asked them to do. But humans and jinn are the two creation of God were given a choice, given the right to choose. You understand? So, so I'm just gonna sum it up. Sorry about my rant, but you guys do what your heart tells you, what your intuition, your gut, telling you to do. I am not going to, because if they didn't harm my mother would still be alive today. You understand? My mother never given a choice, and I think that's wrong. That's why I'm unable. I used to be very forgiving. I swear to God, I used to be very, very forgiving, and you could do like harm to me, and I was like, oh, okay, we're friends, and yada yada. Don't worry about it. We're all human. We make mistakes, and I'm always trying to justify people' bad behavior toward others. I've always when I always know when people are lying to me, like, and I always want to know the reasoning behind it, why they do it, you know, and so I stopped trying to know the reasoning when people try to deceive me. I just cut people off. I just like left and right. I'm just flipping and burning these people. You know, people who come into my life with an agenda, I just got rid of. It used to take me years to get rid of somebody. You have to really do something really horrible to me in order for me to say, you know, F off kind of thing. So now it's easy for me to kind of cut ties, close the door and lose the key. Okay? Anyhow, look up Angel Raguel and other angels in charge of your chakra system or your tree of life. Okay? They're also in charge of a lot of things: emotions, well-being, manifestation, and they are the pillar. They are the pillar of God. Okay, all right. So hopefully it's helped. And sorry about the rant once again, but I just felt like it's when I'm talking about something, I cannot stay focused, because I always think of something that I wanted to address, and I don't want to do like 10 videos. I don't want to sit there and do 10 videos, one is specifically for that topic. You know what I'm saying? I can just kind of wing it, and I'm going to tell you how I feel at that moment and the reasoning behind it. Okay? And now I said more than I want to say, because I feel like it's not focused. When you talk about this, that it's not really focused. People find it hard to follow. Okay, but anyhow, help if you could help other target individuals, anybody who are going through rough times, and give them support, emotional support, and just like kind of you're not alone, and you know when there's a beginning, there's always an end. Things like that. I care about my other star children only, the seed of Ibrahim. I only care about these people, the my own. I care about the star children and the chosen one. I don't care about everybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care. I used to care about people like that, but then I just said, it's not my problem. I gotta focus on my own, help my own, deal with the situation. And anyhow, all right. All right. So I hope this helps, and we'll talk.